everybody, it's Gwen. Welcome back to my channel. Today, as you guys tell from the title, I'm here to bring you all another tag video. It's so funny because there aren't that many music tags and somehow I've just dragged them all out throughout like the timeline of my channel. Like I did the band tag, I think like 3 or 4 years ago at this point. Last year I did the concert tag over the summer because I was really missing shows. And now here we are another year and I'm doing the song tag today. I think this is the last music tag, but if you guys know of any other ones I haven't done, send them my way. I know there's a vinyl tag, which would be fun to do when I'm like home with all my records, but I also kind of want to wait until I have more to do that in the future. So there's more tags in the future I guess I can do, but like I said, today we are here to do the song tag. I've been wanting to make this for couple years now and I just realized I've never made it. So this tag has 16 questions all about your favorite songs that remind you of certain things and your music library and all that stuff. So I thought I would film it today and let's just get started. First question is, what song particularly describes your life? So for this one I chose Parachute by Neck Deep, mostly because it just is about like breaking free and breaking out of something, breaking away from kind of your hometown, sort of as I guess a classic like pop punk stereotypical theme. But I remember when this song came out in 2017, it really resonated with me because that was a year, you know, or so before I was about to move here to Chicago for college, and I was just like so done with Albany, which is where I'm from, Albany, New York. And no hate to my hometown now that I've been removed from it, I don't hate it as much, but at that point, you know, I lived there for pretty much all of my life and was just really ready for a change, really ready to spread my wings and go somewhere else. And there's so many lines in the song that just really resonated with me, and I think that it still does a good job of kind of, you know, summarizing and representing my life because, you know, I'm here in Chicago, but I've learned so much these last few years. So the first lyric is, I want to break out and get away. I want to just try and live for me. And I think, you know, that really resonates with me because since moving to Chicago, I've become so much more confident, so much more myself, and was just able to live for myself and really just remember that, you know, I'm the most important thing in my life. Like, you know, I don't want to let other people influence me. I'm living for myself. I'm doing things for myself. I'm doing what I love. I'm following my dreams, all that stuff. So I love that line. You know, they also say, I want to do things that you'd only read about. Are you ready? You know, there are all these things that I knew that I wanted to do once I got out of Albany, all these big plans I had, and I've been able to do so many of those things while being here the last 3 years, and I'm so grateful for it. Some other lines are, there's a plane out on a runway, gonna run away from here. You know, I always fantasize about hopping on a plane and getting out of Albany, right? Another line says, I'm done with small town politics. I gotta make my way to where the action is. Like, same thing, you know, just getting out of like a small hometown vibe and moving to a city where things are happening, where the music scene is so much better and I'm able to see so many artists and so many bands here. It's just a different world for me. So even though I've been here for 3 years and I don't necessarily relate as much to this song as I did when it came out, I still think it really describes my life very well. And I still get, I don't know, a little emotional and just feel happy listening to it because I really relate to a lot of the lyrics in it. Name a song that reminds you of your childhood. For this one, it's gonna be The Other Side of Me by Hannah Montana. This is from Hannah's first CD. I say Hannah like it's not Miley Cyrus, but this was from her first like CD, the original debut CD for her from the show. I think it came out in 2006, and this was actually the first CD that I ever had owned. I didn't buy it, obviously, I was 6, but it was the first CD that like was in our family collection that was mine. And you know, after that I got the High School Musical CD and all of that, you know, but like that CD was, I think, like my first full CD that I would just play over and over constantly in the living room. Hannah Montana was like my favorite Disney show growing up. I always had a little dream of being a pop star, so, you know, me with my blonde hair, I like felt like I was Hannah. Like I didn't even need a wig. I would dress up like her. I had all these like sequin scarves, sequin vests. Like I truly dressed up like Hannah Montana, and I would literally listen to this album on repeat and like put on concerts in my basement, in our living room, in my old house. Like this album just completely like summarizes my childhood, I guess, and just, yeah, really reminds me of my childhood. I put it on earlier today and I was like, A, this takes me back, but B, it still bops. So I chose The Other Side of Me, but honestly the entire album just reminds me of my childhood because I listened to it so much and I was so obsessed with Hannah Montana, so definitely that song. Name a song that reminds you of your dad. This one's gonna have to be Lola by the Kinks. If you guys watched my Music with Friends, Dulcet Sounds with Dad, my dad edition of that series, I don't really do anymore. I made it a few years ago, and if you ever watched that video, part of the questions that I asked my dad was we had to talk about like what songs reminded each other of each other, and I mentioned this song, Lola by the Kinks, because I used to love this song when I was really, really little. I didn't really understand what it was about and how like it was about a guy in love with a girl named Lola. I just loved the rhymes, and it has this beautiful guitar strumming, and I love the acoustic like side of it. It feels very much like a campfire song in a way, so I really loved the acoustic like happiness of it, and I love the rhymes because he rhymes Lola with like cherry cola, and something about like, I don't know, little me just being like Lola, like singing all the little rhymes, cola, like it was just, I don't know, very satisfying for a child to like be singing all the rhymes. It's a pretty simple song, and my dad played that a lot for me as a kid, so that definitely reminds me of him and just being young and singing it with him. Name a song that reminds you of your mom. For this one, it's gonna be 1985 by Bowling for Soup. That definitely reminds me of her. My mom was a teenager in the 80s, so she relates to a lot of the things mentioned in this song, and we always would sing it in the car together. Like, for the last, I feel like, I don't know, 5 or 6 years. I don't know how long we've been jamming to this song together, but I think it's been a while, because I learned it when I was not pretty young, but maybe like, I don't know, 11 or 12 or 13 or something in there. I feel like we've been listening to it for at least since I was like 13 or 14. So it's a bop for us. My mom, like I said, she loves singing about like The Breakfast Club, and they mentioned St. Elmo's Fire and Duran Duran. Like, it literally is like her childhood in a song, you know? So I always found it funny because I just found it really catchy. But then when I showed it to her years and years ago, she was like, oh my god, I literally relate to everything in this song. Like, this was my childhood. So it's super fun to sing along to. We love to sing along with it together. It always makes her smile whenever it comes on, and every time I hear it, I think of her. Name a song that is often stuck in your head. So lately, for the last like 2 or 3 months, it's been Twist by Knuckle, which is funny because I don't feel like I actually listen to this song that much, but I will just walk around my apartment in like weird voices, and I'll just be like, I've been wandering hopelessly, lost in my own skin. Like, it'll just, I don't know why, but the chorus is just like so catchy, I guess. And it will just be the most random thing. I'll be making dinner and just start singing it. And I'm like, I haven't heard this song in like weeks. Why? I don't know. But yeah, lately it's been Twist by Knuckle. Something about it just gets stuck in my head really easily. Hi all, this is Gwen from the future here. Just realized I skipped a question because I'm the worst. And it's actually a really fun one. So I'm just gonna answer it right now and insert this. So sorry. It's the 6th question. I don't know how I skipped it. My brain just hopped over it. But it's name a song that reminds you of your best friend. Obviously, I can't skip this one. Love this question. For me, this song is Feeling This by Blink-182. Reminds me of my best friend Vama. Y'all know Vama, obviously. This was actually the first song we ever listened to together. Like, we were on a bus going to a volleyball game when we first started becoming friends. I think it was freshman year of high school, which is kind of crazy. And maybe sophomore. I don't know what year it was. I don't know, but it was when we first started becoming friends, and we both found out that we liked like pop punk and Blink specifically, and she was actually a bigger Blink fan than I was at the time, but we decided to like shuffle Blink, I think, or maybe shuffle her music library or something on her phone, and we like, you know, both had an earbud in, and we sat next to each other on the bus. It was a cute moment, and I guess we both like know and remember that that's the first song that we ever listened to together, was Feeling This, and that has like just become our song. When we saw them for the first time in 2016, I think we mentioned it in that vlog, like that's our song, which is weird because if you listen to it, it's not really like about best friends at all. Like, I guess kind of raunchy, and it's very Blink-182, you know what I mean? Like, it's like feeling this, like in the mood to hook up with a girl, so like it doesn't really have to do with friendship, but it's just kind of become our song in a funny way, just because that's our first song we ever listened to together. Music is what made us become best friends, and we both love Blink, and every time like we've seen them, when this song comes on, we're like, it's our song, or if like this song comes on randomly, we tell each other, like, I don't know, this song just makes me feel very like hopeful and always reminds me of her and like our friendship. So couldn't miss this question, had to add this in. Sorry I skipped over it in the original footage, I'm annoying, but that is the song that reminds me of my best friend. Love you, mama. Name a song that makes you hopeful. A song that makes me hopeful is Upside Down by The Story So Far. You know, it begins obviously in the first verse talking about like hating your job and kind of wanting to be free from it and find something more. But then by the second verse, it's very hopeful. It's just, I don't know, something about listening to this, especially if I'm in the city too and I'm like on the L or I'm just like walking around, has a very solid beat. So if I'm like listening to it and I'm walking to the beat of it, it just makes me feel like so hopeful and then so confident that like, hey, I'm not working my dream job. You know, so this really related to me too when I would like work retail and stuff. Now at least I'm like working in my field in a way, but like, I don't know, just, you know, you're not working your dream job yet, you're not there yet, but you're pushing through and like there's so much more to come. It's essentially what the song means to me. Obviously the repeated lyric in the chorus is, it's all love now, upside down. When he keeps repeating that, it's just, it's such a hopeful lyric for me. Like, it's all love now, you know, we're gonna get through it. And I don't know why. I feel like this isn't everyone's first choice or first thought of when it comes to a hopeful song, but for me, this just totally resonates with me, and this song always lifts me up, especially if I'm stressed about like life and my future. I listen to this and I'm like, hey, you know, we're gonna get out of there, we're gonna make it through. There's, you know, good things to come. Favorite song by your favorite band? My favorite song by my favorite band is Evergreen by Knuckle. If you guys have been on my channel for years, this should be no surprise. I'm literally rocking my Knuckle shirt like I always do. Yeah, Knuckle have been my favorite band for I think at least the last 3 to 4 years at this point. Love them, they're fabulous. They're my boys. Evergreen. Oh, I could go on a whole tangent about how much this song means to me. This is from Copacetic, their best album. I'm actually planning on getting an Evergreen tattoo at the end of the summer, which you guys will hear more about that when the time comes, but I've been planning on getting a tattoo for this song. The tattoo is gonna have like so many meanings, but like, you know, something for Knuckle and for this song because I used the lyrics for it for my senior quote. My senior quote was, we grew from a seed, forever strong as a pine tree, always an evergreen. Like, it's just, there's so many meanings about the song that resonates with me and like honestly my life too. Like, this could have been the song that describes my life as well, but yeah, I just love everything about this song. I love the harmonics, I love the beat, I love just the lyrics and like what it means, and yeah, it means a lot to me. So definitely Evergreen by Knuckle. Name a song you love singing along to. A song I love singing along to is There's a Good Reason These Tables Are Numbered, Honey, You Just Haven't Thought of It Yet by Panic at the Disco. A mouthful, I know. This song is so fun to sing along to, and it's so quick that you just like, once you know it, it's great. I mean, I could have named a bunch of songs off of Fever for this, to be honest, because Fever is just one of those theatrical albums that I love to sing through. It's my favorite album of all time, A Fever You Can't Sweat Out. So yeah, just singing this song, like, please leave all overcoats, canes, and top hats with the doormat. Like, it's just so fun. Oh my God, like Vama and I used to jam to this in the car, I remember in high school. And like, when you're with someone too that knows it, it's just like everything. It's such a fun song to sing along to. So definitely that song. Name a song that has made you cry. Ooh, okay. Song that's made me cry, it always makes me cry, is Take Good Care of My Baby by Bobby V. This is an older song, I think from the 60s, but if you hear it, you would probably know it. You've probably heard it at some point in your life. So my dad actually made a podcast for me the year I went to college. So 2018, the summer of 2018, he loves making podcasts and like being a little DJ. So he made me like a 2-hour podcast that my mom and I were meant to listen to on the drive to Chicago. And this was like one of the earlier songs on the podcast, maybe like the 5th or 6th song. And just tears because it's all about like sending your, I guess it could be about like a significant other too, but for his point of putting it in there was like my child, like take care of my baby. She's going off, she's doing her thing, she's gonna thrive, like take care of her. And I think that kind of meant, you know, Chicago, take care of her, college, take care of her friends, family, like whoever she encounters, just take good care of her. And like I literally started crying this morning when I heard it. Again, I played it and I was like, oh my God, like just instant tears. Some of the lyrics that really make me cry in the chorus are, take good care of my baby, please don't ever make her blue, just tell her that you love her, make sure you're thinking of her in everything you say and do. Something about specifically like my dad, like wanting to put that song on there, you know, it's a very father-daughter song for me, and it could mean a lot of different things like I said, but I remember like a few months into my freshman year. I was weirdly like coming back from a show or something, and I was on the L, and I randomly remembered I had the podcast he made saved on my phone, and I just like played a little bit of it on the L, and this song came on, and I literally just started crying on the L. Like, and it wasn't even like, you know, oh, it's freshman year, I haven't seen my parents for a while. I mean, maybe that was part of it, but like I just sat here this morning and I just listened to it, and like the first 20 seconds, just instant tears. So this song will always make me cry. Like, this also reminds me of my dad and my parents, but it's just, yeah, every single time I will cry listening to it. Ever since he put it on the podcast, I didn't really know of it before then, but I just really associate it with like me kind of leaving the nest of being at home and, you know, making my own way and going to college and moving. And it's just like, it just makes me cry every time. Name a song that you can chill to. A song I can chill to is Take My Head by Turnover. Honestly, there were countless Turnover songs I could have done for this, but this one specifically, I love the lyrics, like about the summertime. I love the vibe and like the beat. The chorus has just like a perfect chill vibe, and like, I mean, most Turnover songs I can vibe with and just chill, but yeah, this one is just, I love the chorus, like, take my head, cause it's what I wanna fall asleep with the TV on. You know, like, it's just like the most relaxing, like, almost like rainy day song too. Like, it just puts me in a great mood. So, anything by Turnover, honestly, but I really love Take My Head. Name a song that you love but rarely listen to. A song I love but rarely listen to is Makes Me Happy by Drake Bell. This also reminds me a little bit of my childhood because my favorite show growing up was Drake and Josh. And this came out in 2006, which is kind of crazy. Like, this was on my little, you know, pink iPod Nano when I was growing up, and this song as a kid, like, it's called Makes Me Happy, and it's a very uplifting song, and so I would just like, as a kid, just jump around and be like, makes me happy, and just, still to this day, like if I'll shuffle my entire library and it comes on by random, like instant serotonin. It's a great song, and I just don't listen to it much anymore. I don't seek it out, but if I am ever in a bad mood and I like remember it or it comes on by random, it's just like, wow, I love this song, and I never listen to it. Like, it just reminds me of how great it is. It was fun to listen to as a kid, but like, it still hits today. It's a bop, so go check it out if you haven't. What is the first song alphabetically in your music library? That would be $50 Million by Can't Swim. I think it's because it starts with like the $sign, like it's a number obviously, but it starts with the $sign. So I guess on Spotify at the top is like all the special characters. So yeah, that's the first song in my music library. What is the last song alphabetically in your music library? That would be Zoltar Speaks by Neck Deep, a bop. What is your favorite party song? Okay, you know, I'm not a big partier, everyone knows this, and I was like, what party song? I don't know, but I was trying to think of like, okay, my ideal party. You know, I'm not knowing really much of the top 40 hits these days, never really have, but a song that I think like you could play at a party and like people would probably know it, even if they're not like emo or didn't grow up in like the emo side of things. Like, most people just know this because it's kind of a meme, but that would have to be Don't Trust Me by 303. Such a bop. Like, if you did not grow up with 303 and listen to this song, I don't know if you had a childhood, because like, especially our generation, like people who were in their like, you know, late teens, early 20s, like this song I grew up with. I grew up with 303, and I mean, I've seen them at Warped Tour a bunch of times, and that's always been fun to hear this live, but like, if somebody were to put this on at a party, I feel like if I put it on at a party, no matter what anyone's music preference is, people are gonna go off because it has that catchy chorus. The verses are so funny and so fun to sing along to, you know, black dress with the tights underneath. Like, it's just, it's so early 2000s. It's perfect for like my generation now. So yeah, gotta be 303, Don't Trust Me, like just a bop all the way. Final question is, what song will you never get tired of hearing? A song that I will never get tired of hearing, there's probably a lot of them, but one of the first ones that came to my head was Summertime Gladness by Dance Gavin Dance. I discovered this song about 3 years ago, I think, at this point, and it's my favorite Dance Gavin Dance song. I will never, ever, ever get sick of it. It's amazing. I've talked in previous videos about me not listening to it a ton because like I was afraid I would get sick of it. But at this point, I haven't. I don't. Like, it's a summer bop, but it's an all-around bop. Like, I cannot skip it. If it ever comes on randomly, like, I'm not afraid of getting sick of it because I know I can't. Like, I will always want to listen to it. It always puts me in a good mood. I used to save it for when I was sad, so it would put me in a good mood, but now I'm like, screw it. It's a bop. I'm gonna play it as much as I want, and I haven't gotten tired of it. So if you like Dance Gavin dance and you haven't checked out Summertime Gladness, it was like a one-off single that came out in 2017, but I do think it's one of their best songs, and it's, I don't know if it's underrated, but I feel like people just don't talk about it enough, but it just makes me feel like a bad bitch. It's such a bop. The lyrics are so funny and it just has an amazing beat, so definitely that song. Well, there you guys go. Those are all 16 questions in the song tag. I had a lot of fun filming this. I really like doing tags like every few years because, you know, it's like gives me a bigger repertoire of songs or music to work with or concerts or whatever I'm talking about. But I really love this. I wonder if there's an album tag out there, because song, album, artist, I don't know. I'm kind of curious. If you guys know of any other music tags, let me know down below which ones you think I should do next. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys want to answer any of these questions about your favorite songs down below, I would love to know. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Be sure to give it a big thumbs up if you guys did, and subscribe if you haven't already. And other than that, I will see you all in my next video. Bye!